versa, okay? So let's just shift this energy. And sometimes it becomes an entire cycle where you overgive, then they overgive, and then you take, and then they take. But break the cycle. Once you break it, they will not respond well, but it has to happen. Doesn't it feel good to feel lighter in your energy, to feel less weighed down, to feel less sadness, less depression, less up and down with the emotions? Let's just remove that. And just remember, every time that we clear and cleanse, we're creating space for new to come in. But don't clear and cleanse to move the same stuff back in. You clear and cleanse to create space for new. Sometimes people reform themselves, oftentimes they don't. But sometimes you make space for things that are truly important for you or help you to be more grounded. So we're going to work here on being okay with this you that's changing as you're walking towards a more balanced life, a happier life, a more peaceful life. So we're going to take that, take that, take that. If you're the type that seems to answer everyone's beck and call, or you feel like you have to be present in everyone's lives or all your responsibilities, let's just ease some of that responsibilities, the tension. Maybe it's for your kids or your parents or your siblings or your friends. Maybe it's working environment, whatever that is. Let's just ease that up. It could be school as well. Let's just ease that up for you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release. Another breath. Release. Let's do 3 more breaths. Inhale. In this exhale, I want you to hold it. Then release for a very long time, as long as you can. Continue to exhale. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, big, big breath. Hold it. Now exhale as long as you can. Keep going. Keep going. Good job. One more breath. Big breath in. Hold it. Now exhale as long as you possibly can go, okay? And just let everything flow out of your body. Okay? And what this does is it allows the energy that needs to be released to come up and to come out. We don't have to hold on to that. You don't want any energy stuck in your energetic systems, like your chakra systems, meridians, or whatever system you want to use. But what this actually does in the brain is it just calms our nervous system. So it activates our vagus nerve and allows our brain to be inhibited. So if our brain is always being excited by stress, by constantly being engaged in things, this is one way we can reset our nervous system in order to inhibit or to calm it down so we have peace. Always going leads to that long-term anxiety, can lead to just different brain chemistry. So there are things that we can do readily available to us to help calm, bring balance. And I know sometimes this stuff just seems so simple, it's so easy not to do. But let me tell you, it's very effective. We have many wisdom traditions that do it, and it's free 99, and who can't beat that in this economy? Take another breath. One more breath. Now let's just kind of separate yourself from any baggage, any karmic baggage. But also it's what I'm seeing is cycles. So we're just gonna separate you from any cycles. Sometimes you can get caught up in a cycle, and then when you try to break the cycle, it feels uncomfortable, so you think it's wrong that you're trying to break it. It's not that. It's just the cycle. It's just, it has you kind of like a whirlpool just pulling you in. But the deeper you go, the less you're able to breathe. So what you need to do is pull yourself stuff out, which is really going to be, uncomfortable. But it will help you be able to feel like you can take those big, deep breaths, exhale, and just remove that negativity. So, in the universe, energy, when I say it's not positive or negative, I'm not talking about electrical charges. I'm not talking about it from that perspective. I'm talking about the metaphorical languages that we use in esoteric practices, spirituality, as well as other things that say things that make us feel good and things that make us feel not good. And energy itself is not, when I say positive or negative, I mean like it's not good or bad. It's when we come into contact with this energy, how it makes us feel. That same energy can make other people feel different because everyone is different. That's why when we hoard it energetically, we're energetic hoarders. When we finally release that, we can release this energy because it can be upcycled by the universe, perhaps to do good somewhere else. Because we don't have to hold on to things forever. It's like when you're too afraid to leave home. You're afraid of the big world, but you can do it. Things will work out, especially when you have a plan and you have support. And you can always create a plan and you can always work towards support. But if you don't do that, you start to feel like you're crowded and you feel like, I'm grown, why am I, So this is just one of those ways to kind of get you out of there. And of course, being at home can be metaphorical too, where afraid to step out of your comfort zone or your shell, but you want to step into things that not necessarily other people want, but you want. And there's a nervousness. What if I'm not perfect? What if that's an indication that it's not going to work? Let me tell you something. Everyone sucks at everything that they do when they start. There used to be this stereotype that if someone was meant to do something, once they started, they just had a natural talent. But it's actually seen through research that a lot of people with natural talents and things don't typically go and become the best at it. Why? They kind of take for granted, the ease of it, and it's kind of maybe, I don't say boring to them, they're just not interested. So you might meet someone who's naturally talented in this, and they just don't go that far because there's no real desire there. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. But often the people who do the best are the people who had to struggle through it, or the people who maybe had to just work a long time because they're hungry for it and they keep on wanting to be hungry for it. So that'll let you know that whenever you want to step out your comfort zone and do something new, it's okay to suck. That's normal, and that would actually help you in the long term if you can establish and build discipline, persistence, and just give yourself grace, okay? And it doesn't have to make sense to everybody. Stop caring what you look like. No one will care once you get there. Everyone feels entitled to an opinion, and sometimes it's even our own selves. What is our opinion of ourselves that we may put on someone else? Like, oh, they might think this, or I don't want people to look at me differently. You cannot control, babies, how people look at you, okay? You can only control what you do. So if someone wants to look at you different, I'm gonna tell you what my grandma used to say: bully on them, okay? Just, it is what it is. That shows you who they really are. But the deep down part of this is everyone just wants to feel like they belong, that they're supported, and there's nothing wrong with feeling that way. detox from just being a bystander in the things you receive and become very active and intentional. I say this with things like money. It's okay to spend money, but be intentional where you spend it. It's okay to be on social media. Just be intentional of the things and the content that you consume. It's not to give you another task. I know we often like to come into these spaces, especially ASMR spaces, to just relax. We don't want to think. But you've had enough time to see, okay, there's certain spaces that you can take in without taking other stuff. So enjoy those spaces, okay? That's actually what I really love about ASMR. I feel like there are so many good spaces where people can just come and calm down in the wildness of the internet. Take some more breaths. So now I'm going to go in and just start to protect you, okay? And this is just going to be like this smoothing over of your energy. It's okay. You're safe. You do not have to worry. It's going to be okay. The world is constantly changing, but that's normal. That's how it's been for many generations. Every generation is always going to say the youth is getting worse. Every generation is always going to say it's the next generation is getting worse, or things are getting worse. Things, in my opinion, are getting better, but I think that what feels worse is things are becoming more visible. So things that have been happening underneath the surface, that have always been happening in those great times that you feel like things were so perfect, now they're bubbling to the surface, and they give us an opportunity to decide how we want to react, how we want to live life. There's always something we can do. There's always this collective spirit, and one thing is to have a sense of self-worth, a sense of pride. It's okay if you don't have enough money, or you don't feel like you look the way that you think others should look, or maybe you feel like you don't have the best education, or you can't do this, or you can't do whatever the insecurities may be, the stuff, you don't have this stuff or that stuff, whatever the insecurities may be. I think the actual goal, or the actual pursuit here, is to learn how to love yourself as you are now. To feel like if these things come, that's fine, they come, but learn to love yourself now in a sea of information telling you why you lack and why you need to get this or get that. Just find a way to be happy with where you are now. And I think that ease on you will give you the courage to believe in yourself when you try to do this or you try to do that. But just learning how to be at peace with yourself. You will not be everyone's cup of tea, and you don't need to be. Not everyone's going to find you attractive. You don't need to find everyone else attractive. Not everyone's going to accept you. You don't have to accept everyone else. All you should do is learn how to accept yourself. Be a decent human being to others. Do the least amount of harm and work towards your dreams, okay? So I'm just going to put this last bit of protection over you and say, good job, babies. You did a fantabulous job today. And I hope that you are enjoying this finding your passion and purpose. I think we're on week 7 or 8. And continue to come back here each week to kind of just check in with the journey. I know in our current world, it's a lot. Everything is a lot all the time. But I hope that this is a peaceful, healing place on the internet or just in your everyday life where you can release and let go and not feel bad about it. You can't change everything by yourself, but collectively, when we take care of ourselves individually, we create a more compassionate world so that people, you, the future leaders of the world, will make different decisions. The decisions we see now are an impact of past environments and past ways of thinking. But take care of yourself, and if you have the energy, you go and you make those changes as well. So if no one has said it to you, babies, let me go ahead and say it. Love you, love you, love you. Very, very proud of you. Continue to come back. Love you, love you, love you. If you've been one of my babies for years, and welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're one of my new release. I hope that this is a safe space for you.